To get this up and running, we're going to need a few tools. We need Ollama, which is a framework for running AI models. You can download that from ollama.com. It's available for Mac, Linux, and Windows. We're also going to need a text editor. You can use any text editor you want. You can use Notepad if you want, but I use Visual Studio Code, and that's available from code.visualstudio.com. And then we're also going to need a copy of Python if you want to run the AI agents yourself. So this is an execution environment you can run on your local machine, and it executes Python scripts. Once we've got all them downloaded, we can go into the models and we can take a look at the latest version of Deepseek, which is the one that's causing a bit of a stir at the moment. We can select the parameters we want. I'm going to use the 32 billion parameter model, and I can copy this, and then I can open up a command prompt, open in terminal, make this a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. Let's clear this terminal, and then paste in that command, which is just this command here from the website. I've already got this installed already, so it's going to start up straight away. But if it's the first time you've run it or you've downloaded that model, it's going to take a little while because it's got to download 20 gigabytes of data. So let's send the message. Create a Python script which interacts with Ollama Serve on the backend to act as an AI agent and generate a response to a user-defined query. Deepseek R1 is a chain of thought processing agent, so it's going to go through this thinking stage, and all this output between the think tags you can see here is just it thinking about how it's going to solve the query. It's not the actual output of the query. Now, you don't have to be a developer to do this, but having some kind of experience working in the terminal will probably be helpful and make it less daunting. I'm going to be using the large language models, particularly Deepseek, to write all the code that I need for this experiment for me. Okay, so we've got the code now. We can copy this, paste this into a text file. So let's highlight this text and let's open up VS Code, create a new text file, paste that in and save it as agent.py. .py is the file extension for Python. I'm going to change a few things on this. I want to change the model to start with. I'm going to be using the Deepseek model. So let's paste that in. Everything else looks fine, so let's save that. Let's send the buy command, close this up, and I'm going to run Ollama Serve, which will create the server instance. Okay, so there's already a server instance running there. Let's press Ctrl-Alt-Delete, go into Task Manager. I'm going to type in Ollama here. I'm just going to end task on all of these. Let's try again. Boom, we're up and running. Let's make this a little bit smaller because it's just server output. And let's open up a terminal with Control-Shift-, and let's run Python agent.py. Enter your query. What is 2 plus 2? You can see from the server output there that it's doing something. What exactly it's doing is probably a bit beyond my pay grade, but it's doing something to try and work out the query. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it in the audio, but the fans on my laptop are going into overdrive currently. And there we go. Final answer, boxed 4. Seems to work. All right, now let's try something else. Let's open this up. And I'm going to reduce this down. And this prompt, I'm going to get rid of this and just type in a prompt. So I'm going to put prompt equals, and I'm going to use 3 quotation marks here, which lets us write multiple lines in Python. Okay, so I'm going to paste the query in here. Please write an index.html file, which acts as a front end for Ollama Serve. It should allow the user to enter a prompt in a text box, and then it should format output with anything between the think tags removed, and just the rest of the output shown to the user. And I don't need this, so let's go. Let's save that as agent.py, clear this, and let's run it up again. Okay, let's copy this HTML file. Into a new file, Control-N to create a new file, paste that in, and Control-Shift-S to save that as index.html. Let's have a quick look through and just make sure that's okay. Again, it's using the wrong model, so I'm going to copy this in here. Change it from Llama 2 to the desired model, which is Deepseek. Everything else looks fine, so let's save that. Now if we open up the terminal, I'm going to run this saying Python -m http.server, and I run it on port 8080. I want to allow Python to do that. And let's open up a web browser and go to localhost 8080. You can see this is the web page it just created. So let's ask it a question. We need to make sure Ollama is still running in the background, which it is. We haven't turned that off. So what is the best way to stay up to date with disruptive innovation? Let's submit that query. The elegant beauty of this is that both the website and the large language model in the backend are all running locally on your local device. You're not reliant on third parties for this, and it's all been open sourced. Obviously, Deepseek open sourced their model, which created a big stir, and everything that I've written today, or Deepseek has more to the point, I'll open source on my GitHub repository. And there we go, it's gone through. It says the best way to stay updated on emerging technology is to like and subscribe for updates and to train the algorithm. Thanks for watching.